didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't see that this was a Midwest.
Yeah, well, in part, it's an appreciation gift.
You do the first sprayer.
We've done 150 fires in our career at CFC. Never had an injury, never had one escape. So, there's wood. Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
That's what we want to keep the tradition. Historically, when fires do get out of control, it's when people lose their concentration, or whoever's leading it, in this case myself, I make a mistake. But the wind is predominantly blowing this way. It could be coming straight out of the north, maybe the northeast, maybe the northwest, the west. So it's going to, it's going to be coming this way. For the new people, you have two fire lines. When you start the fire, you have a head fire. That means the wind is blowing the fire, so the head, and it goes very quickly. But the fire also backs in to the wind, much more slow. For the most part, we put out the backfire. It's much easier. But in some cases, like right on the trail here, we're going to have to put out and we'll use the trail as the divider. But believe me, it has the ability to jump right over. And that's much more difficult, and you have to go a little slow. Just all of you remembering, when you're dealing with fire here, the flappers are the workhorse. They're going to do most of the work. But the water is what puts it out quickly, and the water is what keeps everything safe. So the water people are watching the course of the flappers, and if they see the moment the flappers are having trouble, they hammer it with the water. Now, when the water hits the fire line, what you're going to see is about 80% of the fire goes out. Immediately, the flappers should then blah, 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 and they hit it. Because you're knocking only 20% out, and that's the way to do it. The flappers, we're going to break into two teams, and so you're going to start to spread out a little. You're 4 or 5 feet, 6 feet apart. Maybe 4 feet apart if the fire is really intense, and you're going to know it. Your body will never let you stay in front of fire that's too hot. You will turn away. It's just an automatic reaction, and that's what it should be. The flappers cannot control the fire if it's blowing up too much. That is what the water packs are for. So they're watching. If we start to go like this, they're going to hit it, boom, and they're going to knock out 85, 90, maybe 90% of the flame. They might have to hit it twice, and that's the reason we have the extra ones. So the flappers who are working, if it's too hot and you have to back away, that's what you have to do. Sometimes even when we're setting the head fire, that means we've got the easy work and it just goes racing out across. It's so hot that even in the backfire, you might have to wait a second and just do like this. Because otherwise you will lose your eyelashes, and it happens a lot.
I don't have any eyelashes left.
Well, then you're going to be just fine. But it happens. Now, a couple other safety things. When you get the team going, you're flapping, particularly if we're having to do head fires, put out, what the flapper does, and sometimes it's just with the wind, when you hit it like that, boom, it flaps up. And sometimes you'll send a spark up, and it'll start behind our lines. That's what's known as spot fires. And so everybody's responsibility in each of the lines is looking for spot fires. When we have one, immediately call it out. Say spot fire, but don't wait for somebody else to do it. Immediately go after it. Water packers, you're watching for that. The flappers can only contain it so long unless you're right on it immediately, because sometimes it'll start to flare up. The water's got to hit it, so they're going to be ready to go. If a fire gets way behind us, I will be yelling instructions, at least in my line. John, where are you? Oh, right here. The way you do it is you have to get in a, if you have like a wall of fire, say from me to Philip here, you don't approach it from the front of it like this. What you do, you start over on the edge and you pinch it off. So the flappers are going like this. Remember that lead flapper, the first flapper, does not put out the whole fire. You've got to trust the whole group, your team together puts it out. So this first one's only doing, about a third of it. And that person's vulnerable if the other people aren't coming right along with them. And you hit it like that. So once we get going, a lot of this is going to be more self-explanatory, and I'm probably overemphasizing the safety, but you never know with fun. It's good to know people's names. We got a few new people. Maybe you can just go around. Is John?
John.
Okay, just go around, Katie, and just go around and everybody yell out their name if you can try to remember it. John.
Katie.
Jim. Rob.
Philip.
Fawn.
Ben.
Brian. John.
Janet.
Gene.
Dee.
Jack. Tom.
Kathy.
Gail.
Jim.
Mike.
Andy.
Scott. And Ralph at the end. I know that's a lot of names. We'll get them there. It's good to have them if you can remember the name, because you can yell out, Janet, it's at your feet. Whatever.
Yell out Cub fan.
Well, when you're,
Special effort.
when you're working next to each other, you're.
More important, Blackhawk fan.
All right.
Okay, so now what we need to do is break into two teams. We're going to have a drip torch team, Orange, who's John, and the drip torch team, Tom. We need water packs. Let's see, Tom, I'll go with you. We'll take 2 water packs to go.
You burn into the wind to slow the fire down, because if you burn with the wind's faster than the person can run.
It's too hot. Yeah, so we're literally gonna, we trap it. It's like a U-shaped shape, and eventually we get it. You can see it's flowing this way. Now let me show you here. You see how the 2 fire lines are separating right here. So here's the backfire. Here would be the head fire. It wants to race. We don't have any fuel for it. But if it was out here or over here, that's not good. So as soon as it's not too hot, we don't waste any time. That's what you do. But in the procedure of flapping like this, that's how you get spot fires. Because you can see when I hit it, sometimes, oh, that's not good at all. Fire will do that to if we have a switch in fire, we'll have to do that. You'll have to take direction from our leader. Just hope it doesn't. That is of course, our greatest nightmare is when wind switches and all of a sudden head fires become, the backfires become head fires. Okay, so what we'll do, John's going to start to walk this way, and then all the flappers are going to get in a row. Who's your water? Brian?
Again, not yet.
Everybody's got good.
More spots. Spot fire. Ben, right by you.
Right up through here. Go right here. Okay, flappers.
My crew
Now,
are going
wait,
this
stop
way.
1 second. Flappers, this is a very dangerous situation. So, if we're in the line, if it starts to break through, you got to do one of two things. You either got to go this way and get back into the burned area, or you have to come out ahead of the ripcord. Don't walk back into that flames, or where the cattails lead.
Okay, my
Tom,
crew,
go ahead.
we're burning here,
Wait a
which
second,
will
hold
be
on
easy.
now.
We do not want to touch that tree.
Yeah.
We're going to go wide around the tree. The water guys will hit that tree hard. And then that same is true of those other evergreens over there. We're going to stay wide of those.
Yep.
So we really want to protect those because they're worth a lot of money.
And we're going to the road and then in?
We're going to the road, and then we're going to cut up the road. By that time, we should be meeting them.
Then they're going to go.